Hello, everybody who is watching us tonight. It's a special night, right? It's a super special night because I usually don't do late nights. Okay, let's just be honest with it. But here is our intro. Welcome to Level Up Academy podcast, where we explore the diverse set of skills that can be applied across various industries and professions. Each episode will deep dive into the world of transferable skills, discussing topics like communication, problem solving, critical thinking, and more. Join us as we speak with experts in different fields and share stories of individuals who have successfully transferred their skills from one industry to another. Whether you're a recent grad, a mid-career professional, or someone looking to make a career change, this podcast is for you. So sit back, relax, and let's discover how you can leverage your existing skills to excel in any industry. Welcome to Level Up Academy podcast. This is your host, Dr. Leland, a serial educator, an opportunities designer, and a compassionate leader.
Are you a career student eager to learn new skills and make your mark on the world? Or are you a professional seeking to advance your career and unlock your potential? You need to be equipped with effective soft skills like communication, problem solving, teamwork, and more. The Level Up Academy by Doc Leland bridges the gap between education and employment through transferable skills training. Get the soft skills you need to be more effective at work.
Hi guys, I'm trying to say to Janice, she's like, are you live? Yes, I am. I know I don't do live at night, but I have a special friend tonight. For those of you who are still awake in the United States, I have something for you. Let me see. Hold on one second. See if I can actually share my window. Do you guys see my window? Yes. Can you guys see? So I'm doing a shout out tonight, and all my friends know that I always will do shout outs. So I apologize if you're not on my shout out tonight. I'm working hard on getting you guys up in here, okay? Usually, if I don't see you tag me or communicate with me or talk to me or anything in that DM, you're out of my mind because I'm always having so many people in and out, right? So if you're not always communicating with me, then I don't see you. Okay, but here is my sister from another mother, Samantha. And sis, you're the first one actually. hello in there. Thank you for supporting us tonight. And Samantha is an amazing, this is where people you should connect. She is a conduit. She has amazing posts, right? And she's always giving. That's one thing I love about my sister. She's giving, she's here, even though she's frustrated with LinkedIn, she shows up anyway. Okay. And she's the best cheerleader you'll ever have in your support team. Just don't make her mad because then she'll tell me and then you're out. Okay. Now, Nicole, I know she's sleeping. She's in the East Coast, New York, sleepy puppies right now, but she's an amazing sister. We have a project called 50 Inspirational Connections. If you are not connected with either one of us, please connect. If you're curious of what it is about elevating our connections and telling your story, an inspirational story, so that you can get those messages multiplied in the world. We're trying to create a positive world where everyone is elevated and everyone is trying to inspire others, right? And giving back to the community through stories. Often you will hear why people do their job, why people are not happy with their job, right? And Nicole and I have that. We have an audio room on Sunday at 7 a.m. PST on Sunday. But tomorrow I'll have another 9 a.m. I did a 9 a.m. today, so I'm back to back. This one is another sister. So if you are thinking of doing podcasting, if you need digital content, if you want to do live stream, you want to hit up Sia and said CJ sent you. Okay. And Dr. Noopy, she is in London, so she's probably out and about working right now. She works really big shifts. She's a general practitioner. but she talks about positivity and mental health. She has been burned out in her job and she has experienced that. And she's sharing her knowledge and her power to the world. So connect with Dr. Nupi. She has a show at 12 p.m. PST on Monday. Stephanie Delfonso, if you need calm in your life, let me tell you, this woman can calm you down when you're stressed out. Okay. She has a book. I have her book. I've been reading her book and it's amazing. So connect with her and just put the subject CJ sent me. Okay. I'm sending people to my connection. And these are the connections that you want because they're very authentic. Believe me when I say that. Christine Jones is a sister who is an educator for 30 years in K-12. She has a book coming up, and her book is going to be supporting teachers out there, and I'm hoping to collaborate with her soon. Here's another sister from another mother on educator as well, and she has worked in that industry for a while, and she's an advocate. She's a parent advocate. So hook up with Christine, okay? Michelle has her own business and she's more of a transformational coach, mindset coach. She's went through a lot. She can definitely help you from, going through cancer, going through divorce, moving from east to west, right? Michelle is your hookup when it comes to keeping a positive mind when everything just seems to fall apart. I've known her since 2015. She was one of my students in a master's in public health. I know you're probably thinking, what? Yeah, I teach a lot of courses, okay? But she's an amazing sister as well. Christian is a new brother. If you need 2-day animation, you saw my 2-day animation about Level Up Academy. He is your man for sure. Not only that he listens very well, but he doesn't complain when you have a million changes you have to do. He just does it. And I love that, right? I love that. Who doesn't love that? So if you have a business and you want your people to see what your business is all about, go for Christian. Just say, CJ sent me. Timothy. I wonder who's going to be my guest tonight. This is my brother from down under. I mean, what an amazing human being. You'll hear about his story today, and I'm hoping that we can add value to the conversations and inspire you to do more for yourself as well. Now, Mr. O is in Lagos, Nigeria, I believe, and he is a web developer. What an amazing human being. Really good integrity, okay? This man is super positive. He's always on Donald Cohen's show. He's on my show. We're doing research and work right now for our membership group. So he's definitely the man if you need anything in terms of web development. Susanna Dawn, inspirational story. Susanna and Paul, okay, my other brother, they have a show right after mine on Wednesday at 10 a.m. PST. And so check them out. Amazing story. Connect with this too. Peter was just in my show last week, and what an amazing human being, wealth of information. If you guys want like an open system, free information on leadership, follow Peter because he has so much good content. Janice, my Tazi inventor. Okay, see this pillow right here? You have to buy that. Like, I'm not even kidding you. She's not paying me. All those people are not paying me. I just want to give them a shout out because they're an amazing human being, and you all deserve an amazing community. And these community and these people are authentic. We don't just talk on LinkedIn. We talk outside of LinkedIn. Okay. And Janice is an amazing human being besides being an inventor. She has a big heart. And I have a surprise picture later on. It's down there, right? But Janice is here. And hello, sister. Now, Kirsten Beck was also on my show, and she is a content writer and copywriter as well. She has a membership community, and she's amazing. She loves to research before she does anything. So you'll always definitely get a value from her when it comes to creating visibility and value of how to do branding for yourself. Okay. Deborah is my energy sister. I love her. If you need positivity, energy in the morning, hit up Deborah. Same thing for Lana Ray. These sisters are amazing. They're just so positive despite all their adversity that it went through. Mike, what can I do with Mike right? He's brother that is the pack lead for the Hounds of Business. You'll hear that a lot, right? He created a group for us to stay positive in the community while making sure that we have each other's back, we communicate with each other, and also support each other's pretty much impact and discussions. And then my other sister has a show. Oh, by the way, back up. Mike has a show on Wednesday at 4 p.m. PST, so like 7 p.m. EST. Raquel has a show on Saturday. Her time fluctuates, but if you connect with her and ring her bell, you'll see when she is when her show is up. Another sister, I love Lachelle. She probably thinks I'm stalking her. I'm in Clubhouse now with her. I'm also starting to create a room in there. And so connect with her. She has 15 children. Okay, people, I'm going to repeat that. 15 children and owns her own business. And her story is also so amazing. Connect with Lachelle. Michael Gale, connect with Michael Gale. Besides his picture on the healthy foods, like amazing human being right there, right? Sometimes he gives you free classes to do Pilates. And if you go to my YouTube, there's an interview on Michael Gale and his view on Pilates versus yoga. Very interesting. Donald Cohen, you guys know him. He's the grandfather, right? Our grandfather here on LinkedIn every single day at 8 a.m. PST. He always has somebody on his show to lift up the community. My twinsy, I call her twinsy because our birthday is July 11. We're 7/11 birthdays, okay? Johanna Renee is an amazing artist. She used pastel, and she has a show on Tuesday, I believe. Oh my gosh, she's going to kill me. I believe it's 8 a.m. It's either 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. on Tuesdays, PST. All of these are PST. Natalie is my new connection. What an amazing artist. Guys, really creative, and I love the vibrant colors that she uses on her art. Catherine Chadwick has not been on my show yet, but she will be in June. And from her story alone, what an amazing human being. What an amazing story. So you guys got to hear her story one of these days. This morning, you got a chance to check out Jackie from South Africa, right? And her story about being a waitress during COVID, lost her job, and now makes 7 figures in South Africa, right? It's possible. So we just had that conversation this morning. Look at this. So Sana and Janice met in real life today. And I get so excited with that because it's so amazing to see. Look at that smile. I'm jealous, actually. I just want you guys to know we're all West Coast, but they met up without me. So I'm kind of jealous about that. But look at the beautiful smile, guys. One of these days, right? And this is new, basically connection. Look at, they only have 18 followers. So please follow them, guys. Soaring Profits, right? Dale Rodriguez is also, I think he's in Manchester in United Kingdom. And he talks about accounting. And software accounting. So go ahead and check him out as well and connect. This is my new connection, Wilson. I'm actually surprised what this person did. I haven't had a coffee chat with him, and he just surprised me and created this when I was blonde. Okay, obviously I'm not blonde anymore, but look how amazing. He just created me a banner, right? It's so amazing. I love it when people are so giving without being asked. So are you guys ready? Are you guys ready of who's gonna come? I don't know if you guys are ready. I don't know. What do you think? Should we bring our guest? Are you guys ready? Ferlin's like, please bring him in. Oh my gosh. Are you guys ready? I don't know. I don't see any comments if they're ready for you. Hello, Brother Tim. How are you?
G'day, Constance. How are you? Thanks for having me.
I know. Thanks for being here. I'm so excited. This is so cool.
I know.
Go ahead.
I'm absolutely so grateful that you've asked me to be on your show. So let's. I think I've got a good story to tell, entertaining as well as instructional and educational. So Yeah, let's hit it off. Let's go. Before,
I
sorry,
actually,
one thing. I wanted to make special mention to my
sure.
other sisters, Samantha, Marikit, Christine, Nicole. I love you girls. You just, all of you, all four of you, plus all the other ones that you've mentioned, you're all just absolutely awesome. And I'm just so grateful to be in this inner circle.
Yeah, I know. And I actually was hoping you'd have your surfboard and your sequins for your salsa dancing. I was like, darn, I didn't see it.
Oh, how's that? Okay.
Oh my
There's
gosh.
my picture on the wall, and there's my surfboard. All right.
Oh, where's the sequins? We need a sequence, the salsa dancing sequence.
Some other time. All right. I need a room.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that is so funny. Oh my gosh. Well, let's get to it. My first question is, think back 20 years ago and find within your timeline some of the significant changes in your life that got you here where you are today. Tell me about your story actually from the very beginning.
Okay. Well, just very quickly, I worked 15 years in warehouse management as an export manager, as well as a convenience store manager for one store, and then later on managing 13 stores within the state. After that, I was self-employed as a full-time taxi driver, driving 5 to 6 days a week in 12-hour shifts. I had a side hustle as an education agent, and because of that, both my wife and I were homestay hosts. So we would have international students living with us while they're being educated in high school. So we would provide them with a room, a desk, and we would provide both breakfast and dinner for them 7 days a week and lunch on weekends. So I've got a lot of kids over 20 years that have come through, live with us, and it's just been an amazing cultural exchange with students from China, Japan, Indonesia, all over the place. Just amazing.
Wow.
So with the taxi driving, it's a hard slog. It's great money, but it's relentless. It's hot. You're just sitting in a vehicle, and it is just pedal to the metal. It is just, once you get your vehicle, you are just going for chasing money. And the offside of that was, after 12 hours, I was just so exhausted. I would literally step out of my cab and my shirt just soaking in sweat. And it was killing me. So I had nothing else to go to. But then one day, my wife invited me from her friends. Their daughter was having a university graduation. Her name was Rosetta. And so I took a day off work, and we go to the university, we sit down, and I'm watching this ceremony. The hat, like we saw yours the other day. And
up and down. Yeah.
Yeah. And so something just got hold of me. And, I saw Rosetta, walk on stage with her gown and with her hat and, receive her degree and all that sort of thing. And that changed my life. And from that, I said to myself, I want to be one of those people. I want to be able to put myself in a position whereby I can actually walk up on a stage and receive a degree. How I would do that was how. Sorry, let me start again. How I did that was I envisaged myself in a dream. That I saw myself walking on stage, getting my degree. Okay, so that was my dream. I did that every night. Okay, every night. Didn't lose sight of that. And so then it's like, how do I do this? And so for someone in their 30s, they can't just apply to a university and say, hey, I'd like to do this course. And so what we found was that I did a business diploma for 2 years to start. So I studied 4 days a week, and then drove 3 12-hour shifts, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That was for 2 years. Okay. And so I got my business diploma, and then that gave me advanced standing for the University of Technology to do a business degree. So they gave me 5 subject exemptions. And so therefore I was able to to cut a 3-year degree into, say, 2.5 years. So that saved me time and money. And the same thing with the degree. Go into university, do all that, do the lectures, the tutorials, the readings, the homework, the assignments, all of that 4 days a week, and drive a taxi, 3 days a week. So the difference with that with most students, I think, is that when you're going to university, all you're doing is university. You go to university, maybe after you go to the pub, have a drink with friends, or, go and watch a movie. My deal was that, I was married with a wife, 2 kids, and a mortgage. So the pressure to generate income, to pay the loan, to pay the bills, as well as exceed with myself was really hardcore. So on the days that I was going to university, it was just get in there, get it done, go home, do the readings, do your work in your assignments, do everything I could on those study days, because on a driving day with a taxi, I was just absolutely exhausted and I just couldn't concentrate. So I had to jam all of my spare time on those study days to get through. Admittedly, in the last 4 weeks of a semester, I would cut back the taxi driving so that I'd put myself in a good position to pass the exams, to excel forward. So for me, it was relentless. It was a really hard slog, but I kept thinking I didn't want to go back to that taxi job, because it was just destroying me, because I could only have a short amount of quality time with my kids, and there had to be something better in life. And so I signed up for a degree that are the top 15% of ATAR applicants. So all high school leavers, if you wanted to do a business degree, you got to be in the top 15% of the state to get into this course. And so I got into this course through the back door. And so you can imagine me sitting down with all of these really clever kids, and I'm just an average guy, trying to make ends meet and that sort of thing. But to my advantage at university, I had 15 years of full-time work experience in different industries. And so when it comes to subjects like management, marketing, I had so many examples that I could just ramble off and with little or no effort due to my experience. So I made it work for me. But getting back to the dreaming, it was like sometimes some of these subjects were really tough, and I would just continue going back to that dream in visualizing me walking up on that stage. It was just over and over and over, and that just kept my motivation going. And that's how and I apply that not only to my university experience, but also to my CPA program, which I completed later on. So towards the end of my university degree, it's then how do I break into this industry? And I went to the careers advisor and I said, "G'day, I'm Tim. I'm graduating in 6 months' time. How do I go about trying to get a job in the accounting industry?" And the careers advisor said, "How old are you?" And I said, I'm in my mid-30s. And he said, "Sorry, mate, you're too old." And I'm going, "Yeah, too old."
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Rude.
So he said, "No big accounting firm will take you. They're looking for 21, 25-year-old, 21 to 25-year-olds, not someone 30 plus." He said, the only way that you can get into this industry is find someone that you know. And I just went, my jaw hit the floor, and I went, oh my God, that's 2.5 years of my time. I could be totally qualified and end up driving my taxi again. So,
oh my God, that's horrible.
So what I did was I then took his advice, and I had a school friend that was working in an accounting firm working in tax, and I wanted to specifically work in taxation, tax agent services. So I proposed over a period of time. I came to him with this proposal. I was 6 months away from graduating, and I said, "I have a proposal for you," which he needed to take to the other directors. And the proposal was, I'm studying 3 days a week. So can I work in your office for 2 days a week for free? So you don't have to pay me. I'll work there for 6 months, and then if you're happy with my performance, you offer me a full-time job when I'm finished. And he just, because I was that desperate. Money wasn't important to me, but the experience was. So I gave him that proposal. To cut a long story short, he went back to the other partners. He came back to me. He said, look, he said, we'll give you the 2 days, but we'll pay you. So we worked out because I had an ABN number, I just gave him. So I contracted to the company for 6 months, and then after, so we worked out a rate, and then after that, they offered me a full-time job. So that's how I got into this industry.
Wow.
To offer something that was inducive to them. So, in business, there's a bit of give and take, and it was the only way that I could think of to actually break in. So, again, it's like, what are you willing to give up to move forward to break into something new? So, yeah, so that's how I did it. And look, I've been here now for 20 years. So
Wow.
to explain what I do, I'm a legislation guy, so I am doing everything with the law, anything to do with tax, GST, FBT, I'm your guy. So for
There
all
you
your
go.
listeners out there,
Doing that now, so that means you're gonna have to DM him for all this information.
yeah. So I'm going to get all these tax queries now. Hey Tim, I've got this business situation. Yeah. So anyone that's in business that needs to to have their accounts processed into financial statements and tax returns, as well as personal tax returns, or even if you're just an individual, you work for someone and you need to lodge a tax return, I'm the guy. I'm your guy. That's what I do. All day, every day. So
He loves numbers,
this is
and
me. And you take that from a guy 15 years ago who's just working in, who's working in a warehouse, who's basically using his muscle and not his brain, to convert into, the high-end finance, finance business services. I'm just like going,
blown away.
I'm just
blown
going,
away.
wow. So, and the thing that really got me, that really made the difference, was the CPA program. So CPA is CPA Australia. The CPA brand is worldwide, okay, as is Chartered Accountants. So they're two professional accounting bodies that are worldwide known. I did the CPA program in about 2010. So that was so the CPA program it's 6 subjects over however time you have. One subject is the equivalent of a full-time university semester. So it's like university again, but it's at night. And so in the dreaming part again, it's like visualizing myself getting my CPA certification. And then it's like, okay, a dream on its own is one thing, but you've got to put action into that dream. So how do I do that? And so with 2 young kids and a wife, I'd get home 5 or 6 o'clock. I'd then help May prepare dinner with the kids, get them bathed, homework done and all that sort of thing, with the goal of being sitting at my desk in a bedroom and studying from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. 5 nights a week, as well as weekends. So I figured, and there are something like 13 modules. It's
very much.
It's distance learning education. So
it is a lot.
So I said to myself, okay, my goal is to read these things 3 times. Just excuse me, hang on a second. I'll grab something. So what I did was,
that's a lot.
Something like that. So I would just highlight the hell out of
just make notes and stuff. Yeah. Wow.
Make notes. So where is the important stuff, and then have a reference in, because it's. Sorry, that's my wife.
You're in trouble now.
Yeah, I know. I know. So now I've lost my train of thought. So it was like, okay, so the dreaming, and then it was like, okay, so the first time I would highlight everything, then I would read it again and read it again. So so I would have to read all of these materials 3 times to be ready to sit an open book exam. And I tell you what, open book exams or closed book exams, give me a closed book exam any day, because an open book exam, it tempts you to try and find your material to get the right answer, but there's not enough time to do that. So you have to make decisions quickly. But anyway, I knocked that over in 2.5 years' time. What happened? What I haven't told you, Constance, is that I tried the Chartered Accountants program for 3 years. I only passed the tax module, and I failed all other modules multiple times. Now, the big boss, he came to me one day and said, Tim, I want to tell you something. He said, I know you're trying really hard with the Chartered Accountants program, but please, I want you to stop, and I want you to transfer over and do the CPA program. I think that's far more suited to the skills that you've got, and you'll be able to do it well. So I thought about it, and I went, you know what? He's right. So let's give it a go. So I just went bang, just knocked off those 5 subjects. And then I'm in the office and just sent an email to everyone to say, hey, everyone, I've passed the CPA program. I'm now a CPA. And you know what, Constance? Everything changed after that. People in the office treated me with greater respect. It was just like I'm the same person doing the same thing. And it's like the respect just changed overnight. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that thing behind me, my CPA certification, that tells everyone this guy's clever. Okay. He's gone through a program, and it's recognition. Like you've got 4 degrees. You just got your IT degree, just last week. You got 4 of them, right? So and I have every respect for anyone that's achieved anything that's
I'm about to have 5. I'm visualizing my 5th one coming in like 3 years. I want to get another one in psychology. So that's a goal.
Oh, look,
we'll see how that works.
That's
my
good. Yeah. So
I do want to know though, this is my next question. Like, you're a CPA and then mental health advocate, which I see on your profile. Like, can you tell us a little bit like what led you to merge these 2 unrelated fields? Like, how did that go about?
Okay. Well, first, before that, I had a friend of mine on LinkedIn. Her name is Shabnam Biagi. She's got a tongue-twisting surname. Anyway, she came to me one day, and she grew up in the beach about 15 kilometers north of where I live, and we'd only met because I'd attended some of her CPA lectures or workshops in the city sometime. So, and through conversation, we shared the same passion of, growing up in the beach and loving the beach. And she approached me one day and she said, Tim, I have a favor to ask. She said, would you do me something? She said, my sister works for Chris O'Brien Lifehouse, and these people, this organization, are treating cancer patients, and they're also developing technologies to try and find cures for cancer. So there's this thing called Surf February. So would you be able to surf every day in February as well as raise funds for cancer research? And I'm going, yeah, sure, I can surf every day. And then it hit me going, hang on a sec, I've got to ask people for donations. And it's like, oh my God. And hey, I'm an introvert, so, I'm a little guy, and sort of like, for me to ask someone, hey, can you hand over some money? It's like, that's like whooshka. It's
whooshka. I'm not doing it.
Hey, Alexander, I was thinking of you when I said that. All right. So, yeah. So then it was like, so I posted on, at the time I was on LinkedIn, and so I'm posting, surfing photos and telling people what I was doing to a mass audience. So to everyone on LinkedIn, mass audience, everyone on Facebook, mass audience. And the donations were, great, but not good. And then I decided, hey, and this comes down to branding. Okay. So, so branding personally. So I took it as this. If I asked you, Constance, hey, look, I'm surfing every day in February and I'm trying to raise funds for cancer research for people. I said, part of this deal is that I ask for donations. So would you be able to help me and perhaps, provide a donation, and here's the link to the donation, something like that. Okay. So it was like one-on-one, and I'm really good because I'm an introvert. I'm really good on this one-on-one. And what can they say? They can say yes, they can say no. And it's like, if you can, that'd be great. And I never say, can you make a large donation? Can you make a small donation? I would never specify an amount. I just say, could you please make a donation? Okay. And you know what? That just worked for me. Just absolutely. I would write to family. I would write to clients that, that I've got a really good long-term relationship. And you know what? It just blew me away. I thought, I'd start off with 500, a $500 pledge, and I'd throw in $100 myself. Okay. So I had to find $400 worth of donations. In the first year, I raised $5,500. And then in the second year, I raised $7,500, so it just blew me away, the generosity of the people that would do that. But it's like, hey, I'm doing this. This is important to me. Can you help me out by giving some of your hard-earned cash, to this important organizations that's trying to find, that need funds for further cancer research. And everything's tax deductible as well. So you put in a donation, you can get a tax deduction for that as well, because it's a registered gift recipient. So that was a good, if you want to say, hook, for someone to do that. But you know what? I was thinking about that and going, they're doing this mainly for me because I asked. Okay. And if you ask it and you show that it's important to you, okay, people will be generous and they'll do something, they'll help you out. And then you remember that and go, that's right, they did that. And now they're asking for this. So yeah, I'm on it. Let's, if you need something from me that's important to you, I'll do it, because that's getting back to that reciprocity that you're talking about as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's and then okay, so that was Surf February, and then I do the same.
Samantha, hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Look at Samantha. She's like, you call yourself an introvert? She doesn't believe you. She's like, you're lying now on camera.
Well, look, I was Samantha, I was talking to Constance before, and I'm saying, look, I am an introvert. I said, look, I could also speak to an audience of 5,000 people, absolutely, petrified, but I could do that. But I am an introvert at heart, because I really love conversations, one-on-one, speaking specifically matters of the heart. What is important to you? What is, what do you love? What do you, what inspires you to, to be a better person? That's me. That's my branding. So, yeah, that's me in a nutshell. So then, to get back to the mental health, CPA Australia put out an email to say, hey, we're wanting more of you CPAs to get involved with mental health. We're doing a 6-month course through Deakin University and an organization called Counting on You. So would you like to sign up? We will pay for the tuition. So all you have to do is read the material and become an advocate. So I passed it on the first year, but I took it up last year, and so through January through to, I think it was June last year, I read the material. I think there were 6 modules whereby you have to participate with a group discussion that's online. So consider the two-way conversation that we're having today. Only you would have a total of 6 people, and so they're assessing your reactions to all of the different types of issues of mental health. So there's things like suicide, bipolar, schizophrenic, all gut wrenching, and it's like okay, and then what this program does, it dispels all the myths about mental health. In that, if you say, she'll be right, mate, that is absolutely the worst thing that you can say to someone with mental health. It's like with mental health, it's real to them. So if you have the mindset of whatever they're saying, whatever they're experiencing, that is absolutely real to them, and if you can identify that with them, then that's half the battle. So show compassion, show empathy, a listening ear. They want to be understood with what they're going through. So if you can convey to them that you have your attention, it's like, hey, they've found a friend. And that isolation that they're feeling is no longer it's them. It's like you're now their buddy. You're a communication tool with someone who can say, hey, if you've ever got a problem, give me a call. This is essentially what we're doing. And so also getting back to that, let me also say how I got to this as well. When I was 6 years old, I got hit by a car. I was unconscious and in a coma for more than a week, and I woke up with no memory of my past. So when I woke up, I didn't know my mother, my father, my brothers, my sisters. I had to start all over again. And so for me, that was a miracle, because the impact was full impact, from a car. I was walking across a pedestrian crossing. The two first lanes of traffic stopped. The third lane didn't stop, didn't see me, bang. And it's not just hit and over. I'm 10 meters down the road, lying on the ground. And so it's a miracle that I survived. Yes, with a loss of memory. So I had to start all over again. So there's that. So I think this is a second chance at life. How do I deal with this? And so it was, you know what? God gave me a second chance. So I'm going to be the kind person. I'm going to be kind to everyone. Okay. So that's been my mantra. So I wasn't the sports captain at school. I'm sort of like, I had my own, I've surfed all my life. So I've got that, that's inside my heart that keeps me happy. And so, so I would be the guy, defending those that are on the outer. Okay. The misfits, if you'd like to call them. But I can still mix it up with the sports captain and everything. So it's not, I can be a friend to everyone. So, I have this second chance in life. So I just chose, let's be kind. Let's be kind to people. Let's identify with what they're going through. Let's be their friend. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just,
even
just your time, and let them feel included. Let them feel part of, me feeling part of their journey, them feeling part of my journey. Come with me. Let's go. Let's do this together. Okay. So, I'm getting a bit emotional with that, but yeah, that was how I figured out my purpose, and to be kind, but also to give it your best shot. We've got one chance at life, so really go hard. Try and figure out what you really love about your life and pursue that. If you can make, so if you can get a job that you really enjoy doing, and my job is it's a dry job. I'm staring at a computer, I'm processing information. But when I'm talking to my clients, explaining complex matters in a way that they understand, and I can see that they understand what I'm saying, it's like, yes, it's like, I love it. It's really cool. It's that, it's that connection with them to say, hey, you're paying me to tell me what your business is doing, to give you advice and all that sort of thing. And I love that. I love helping people. And so the mental health is a part of that. So it was just a natural progression. So yeah, I'm a mental health first aider. So, I'm out there, knowing, with knowledge on.
I'm curious.
Yep.
So you lost your memory at 6. How long did it take you to realize that you're with your parents and your brothers and sisters?
I really don't know. I do, I can tell you that I didn't repeat school in year 1. So, maybe they carried me through, but the health advice was to just keep, remembering things like holding up a card and saying, what was that, and all that sort of thing. And probably I forgot to mention that I was also in hospital, for another 3 months, recovering from my injuries. And so, and I never knew the extent of my injuries. So it's probably good that I don't, because, because what you don't know doesn't hurt you, type of thing. And I tell you what, with all the surfing injuries that I've occurred, over my lifetime, if my wife ever find out, she's just saying, "You are not doing this anymore, Tim."
You're not going to be allowed a computer if she knows you're right here right now.
I know. I'm absolutely in the dog box, in the naughty corner forever.
Oh my God, Samantha is so funny. She's like, okay, we jive. That's why we jive, bro, because I'm going to call myself an introvert now. That's how Samantha.
Oh dear. Oh, there you hear my laugh. All right, I told you we'd be
never
laughing.
hear the end of that conversation. That's very important. Listen what they want to be heard. Yeah. I think it's hard when people have certain labels, and instead of understanding what they're going through, we just judge them like, ooh, you don't even know what that means. You're just like, ooh, that's something bad, right? Instead of getting to know. And I think I love your not only your story, but your outlook in life, and making sure that you're like literally you're everybody's brother, right? I mean, that's one thing I love about you. You're so kind. You're always supportive. You're open-minded, and also you're willing to talk to people about anything and everything, really. And that's why Samantha's like, you're not an introvert. What are you talking about? You even know what that means. Like, Lydia. Lydia is that hello.
I do need my time alone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. She's like, you're a living miracle of God's grace, because you have this.
Thank you, Lydia.
Yeah. Oh no, Samantha is crying. She went from like, I'm an introvert now, to now she's crying. For Lynn. Hi, Ferlin. I like her a lot.
Hey, Ferlin, how are you? There's my other sister.
Yeah, she's so nice.
Ferlin is absolutely amazing. She inspires me every day, as does my bestie Cynthia. She's up at the crack of dawn this morning to see this. For those of you that have tuned in today, I'm so grateful that you're hearing my story. It's like this is me. You never know. You never know what someone's gone through. Just by looking at them, and then for you, Constance, to allow me to tell my story today, it's like, wow, okay, yeah, this is me. This is the authentic Tim that's out there, and by the same token, I am I'm empathetic, I'm kind, and I'm all that sort of thing, but I'm also driven to be the best person that I can be, to study, to learn new things, to be open-minded, to how I've said with you also, Constance, be a student of life, keep an open mindset, be willing to learn new things. Like, I do sequence dancing. It's
You're in trouble now.
I'm in trouble again.
You are so in trouble with your wife. You're like, I'm working.
Yeah, I know. I'm working. Yeah, sorry, in a business meeting.
Yeah, I'm working. I'm doing some number crunching right now, an income statement and balance sheet.
I know. Yeah, that's right. Had an important client meeting.
We're doing FIFO. Okay, we're just doing some stuff here. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it's already ending. It's already the end. So here's my thing. I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay. Yep.
And I talked to somebody today, and I said, I've always wanted to ask this question, so I'm just going to ask it. So, what we're trying to do is send our message out there to inspire others. And there's a lot of talk on people, tomorrow is not guaranteed. You could die today. You could die right now. And what kind of impact have you done for your community, and what's the legacy that you're leaving, right? So if this was your last day ever, I know it sounds morbid, but if it is your last day ever, what kind of message would you give your great-grandkids, great-great-great-grandkids, because this will be forever on the internet, this message. on how they should live their life?
I would say be your unique self. Okay. Be your intelligent, be your crazy, be whatever is inside your heart. Live that by yourself. Figure out who you are and live that life. And don't worry about if people don't like you, because not everyone's going to like you. What's important is that you live what is inside your heart. Because if you live with your heart, you're going to be happy. Okay. And on your last day, whatever that be, whether you know you're going to go or not, you can at least put your head on the pillow and say, I lived the life according to my heart.
I love that. I have been reflecting on that. Like, what is the legacy and the impact that I'm going to live for my great 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 grandkids, right? Great 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 great, like 100 years from now, like who the heck is my great grandmother? She was just loud and she had too many
Yeah.
degrees. That's what I'm gonna be for. I was like, oh Jesus. And people wonder too, like, well, why do you have so many degrees? I'm like, you don't understand. In academia, when I was a dean at a university, I was a dean for 2 to 3 different universities, in business and accounting. Is that you have to teach and create courses that you've taken, right? And so if you haven't taken those courses, you can't touch it.
No.
Right. So here's
Right.
my when I used to work for insurance company, I had the most licensed certification out of everybody at 21. You know why?
Right.
Because I could sell for all kinds of states, including Hawaii, which was the hardest to take the test. But
Right.
most insurance agents will have 2. I had 10.
That's probably could be a problem on your resume too, because you're too overqualified. So sometimes you have to
I told them, like,
you
just ask.
sometimes you have to rejig your resume so that you're not
I do.
you're not too good. Yeah.
No, I always tell them, I'm like, what do you need in this degree? MBA? Oh yeah, I have an MBA. I don't tell them I'm a doctor. I don't tell them I have
Right.
another master's. And if I do for bachelor's, I'm like, yeah, I get a bachelor's. And they're like, oh, what about? I'm like, oh yeah, I have 1 master's. This is all you need.
What's the name of your boss?
Like, what do you need? That's what I pull out. But literally, when I teach a class, I can literally teach a class from business to IT to communications to accounting to business to economics, because I've taken those classes. And that's the
Right.
advantage of having those many degrees. But now, for me, the legacy and impact is that I want to level up the world through education. I
Yeah.
have met so many amazing human beings that don't have a degree, and they're getting left behind from this community, from this world, to not get a job because they're at that age where, maybe they're above 50. And even though we have a law of anti-discrimination, based on age, let's be honest, they do get discriminated based on their education level and based on their age. And so what I want to do is help out those people who's willing to help themselves, to educate themselves on those classes that I teach that would cost $3,000 to $10,000.
Right.
And I can
Right.
teach that for you at a fraction. Yes, you don't get the degree from the university, but you get that knowledge with transferable skills. That's what I do, because I want to help you level up, right?
That's
But
right.
it should be something affordable. It should be something I give free workshop every single month for free. I don't ask money from people. I want you to take your time to level up, just like what you did. You said, I'm not happy being a taxi driver. I can do better for my life. And I have a lot of people. I even have homeless students that are taking my classes, right?
Right.
And they're homeless. So what's your excuse? You have a house. You're not going to level up yourself. They don't even have a computer. They literally have a cell phone to take my classes, right? But I want them to want it bad enough so that they can better themselves. A degree doesn't mean anything. That's what I said. Knowledge is power, but it's only powerful if you have actions to back that knowledge up.
That's right. That's right. And my biggest motivation was, if I don't get this degree, I'm back driving taxis, and that wasn't an option for me. So I just had to dig hard, and just whatever it took to actually get that. And that was just part of the journey. The other part of the journey is to get a job, but then also be competent at that job. Like a person in their mid-30s sitting in a computer screen, knowing absolutely nothing. And the opportunity that they gave me was just like, I paid them back in spades in terms of loyalty, in terms of, hard working, all of that sort of thing. So, let's get back to that reciprocity again, the opportunity. Okay. You give me the opportunity, I'll give you my full attention. I come in early, work late. That didn't matter. That didn't matter to me. I just had to make it work, level up both, the opportunity given to me to give back to my employer, make sure that I'm doing the right work. So then I can be that employee that they need to do the job. And so now I'm their cash cow. It's like, yeah, give me the stuff, let me process it, let me bill it and get me the next thing. So but I love it. I love communicating with people, either written or in person. I'm still an introvert, Samantha.
You know what? That's questionable. I'm questioning that. That is questionable. Marikit just said, "Hey, I'm nominating you for the 50 Inspirational LinkedIn Community." Guys, if you just tune in right now, I have a project. Nicole Galindo and I have a project called 50 Inspirational Connections. I'm definitely publicly nominating Tim and everybody who's in here on live right now. You are nominated by me. I need you to go to my profile and look at that post about 50 Inspirational, because your story could be that next thing for you, whatever that means, right? And it just means that I'm going to shout you out to the world, and I will shake the world around saying, Tim, this is his story. Connect with Tim and also elevate you for your community, because this is your chance to shine. And I will have a global summit in October. I will blast you on that global summit, right? I'm only 5 feet tall, but I'll bet you I'm the loudest. We're all introvert now. Are we all introvert now? I'm
Oh dear. Hey, you know what? I do say that there's a lot of time that I'm just walking down the street and I get stopped in the street to say, "Hey, I know you from somewhere. Where is it?" And I'm going, "Sorry, mate, I don't know." It's like it's scary. I just get, I don't know what it is, but because I've worked in a lot of industries and worked with different people. It's crazy how often I get stopped, and sometimes I'll recognize them and go, they know the face, they can't picture it, and then sometimes I can tell them, "Oh, you worked for me, when we worked in this company back in 1987 or something like that. You did this, and I remember you," and then I'll remember something that they did. Okay.
Yeah.
And that just blows them away. I'll say, "Hey, I remember on this particular day, this happened, and this is what you did, or this is what you said." And I always remember that, so thanks for stopping me in the street. And then they walk off and they just go, "Wow, that's just crazy."
Samantha, be careful what you say to Tim. He'll remember it.
No. But then other people that I don't recognize will tell me my life story in front of me, and I'm going, "Who the hell was that?"
No, we're like, "I don't remember."
Yeah. So it goes both ways.
We're all introverts with the live today. Oh my God, it is
so
time.
Let's start an introvert. I'm an introvert.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Do you have any last nugget in like 60 seconds?
Me?
Yes, you.
Let me think. Be kind. Always be kind, okay? And be yourself. Be your unique self, okay? I love people that have eccentric personalities. Like it might scare me at first, but when I sit down and get to know them better, it's like, "Hey, I really like this person." There's one person on LinkedIn. Her name is Yema, or I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but
Don't
she's
butcher
out there
that
and
name.
she's out there in Europe, and she's in science. She's I think she's doing something like a PhD in science in Europe somewhere with her family back home. Her husband's looking after her 2 kids, and she is a science, she is a science person. I know I'm absolutely not a science person, but we get on like a house on fire. So, I get attracted to the opposites as well, like something that's got nothing to do with me. I'm absolutely inspired by how they think, what they do. The other thing too is that I love learning about cultures, people from different cultures. I'm married to a Chinese girl. We've been married a very long time. We have 2 adult children who are university educated, and they're now, we're empty nesters. So they've gone out and they're making their own careers. So, I really love being a family man. Probably my proudest moment is raising our 2 boys to be responsible, really great kids. Thank you for your time.
Guys. Be kind. Be kind.
Yeah, be kind.
Not just be kind to others, but be kind to yourself as well, right?
And one last thing, okay? Because I'm the legislation guy, because I'm, laws and all that sort of thing, I am saying trust the law, okay? Because people in business will try and, take advantage of you. They will try and bully you. They will try and, for whatever word, get something over you. But if you know what the law is, you can protect yourself. And sometimes it's necessary to go after those bullies and call out their bad behavior. So put your trust in the law.
Just call 10. What page number was that?
I'm not a lawyer. I read and interpret legislation, but I'm not a lawyer. I'm a tax accountant. But what I'm saying is that the law is there to protect you. So make sure you know your rights so that you can be protected if people take advantage of you. Okay.
True.
And be kind.
Be kind. That's our word.
Yeah.
Love up and be kind. Well, thank you so much, guys. We wish you everything, good health, and I will see you again tomorrow at 9 a.m. I have another live at 9 a.m. Okay?
Thanks everyone for dialing in. Thank you. I really